Hey there, Selective Collective. This is Kim, here to give you all messages. Hope you're doing good. This is going to be for your next few days. Let's say the energy is intense. You probably know we had an X-class solar flare. If you didn't know that, we did, where we'll be expecting a geomagnetic storm on the 3rd coming right up. And I suspect that it's going to be quite a shock to our nervous system. Another intense physical thing going on with our bodies, our chakras. I had like heart chakra feelings today from this energy that's here. So it is potent. It is potent. And this is from a deck I rarely use, so I decided to get it out. But these are some main messages just from this oracle deck. I think this is called the Real Talk. Worthy. You are worthy of all your desires. No matter what you've experienced in the past, you are deserving of love, happiness, and whatever your definition of success will be. And isn't that true that we get into periods or slumps in our life where we feel like we're not for whatever reason? So they're really wanting you to realize who you are. You are royalty here. You are divine, a divine child. So you are royalty. Acknowledge the royalty in your DNA, courtesy of the divine and your ancestors. The blood that runs through your veins is made up of the same particles that create our universe. Hold your head up high and display your crown. Okay. So, your crown chakra. I would expect some pretty strong crown chakra energy or stimulation in the mental seed plane. So, chakras 8, 9, and 10, also the ones outside of our body, a little bit above the head, and then the one that's below the feet, outside of the body. So connecting you to higher frequencies and and really opening you up. So this is also, they're saying this is also a switch or a, I don't know. Okay. Sometimes I find it hard to describe what I'm trying to say without sounding like I'm going from a biblical prophecy here. But the energy and how I read it is that there is like a divine inheritance coming, or there is a proper placement of a crown on one's head. Okay, people that are working in love, that are trying to spread, that energy around, those are the people that are really going to be putting on their crowns. Probably the ones that are very humble too. The ones that are like, no, oh no, me? Yes, you. Put on your crown. So we have a different season coming up. And that's what I think this is talking about, is like the divine inheritance, the switching of, I don't know if switching is the right word, but you know what I mean? Like the proper crown placement. Okay, season says, like nature, there are different seasons of your life. Understanding this makes it easier to accept changes. No matter if it's a season of growth, shedding, or stillness, what is happening is in your best interest. And it is always important to know that everything's always working out for our highest good. Keeps us on track, keeps us having the faith, anchoring in the faith. Okay. Let's get something here from, I just feel like doing a little, like some oracle cards for you all, but yeah, the energy is, like I felt it today. It was strong. It came through as like a heart palpitation, but not a, okay, I don't want you to be concerned about me, like not a concerning, like this was energetic, you could tell. It was all very energetic, and it's this energy. You're going to feel like a live wire. You're going to feel very supercharged. Gifts and abilities could be getting stronger. I know for sure that there are like claircognizance, the ability to have clear thought or clear thinking. This is where you will be doing something and you will know exactly what somebody's about to say, or you will see a brand new show, hasn't even been out, just the picture of the actress, and already get a download of what that actress actually knows is going on in the movie. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like you're going to be getting downloads. You probably already have had this experience, but it feels like it's getting ramped up where all of a sudden you're starting to know more and more and more stuff precog before it happens. Okay, so the connection is getting strong here between divine beings. Okay, so that means the telepathy is going to get stronger. Claircognizance, transfer of information. Whoa, radically change. And that goes along with the seasons here. Oh, from the South Node, perhaps. Yeah. I think it's these three cards right here. I have Chiron with hurt and heal, the South Node, and then Uranus. And Uranus is a planet of like radical change. Not just revolutionary. You know, it's not the status quo. And so what is changing here, there's brilliant ideas and epiphanies of, oh, have I been going in this direction? Well, I desire to release that South Node, or I desire to not go in that direction anymore. Why? Because we're stepping into this Chiron energy where we're healing karma and we're releasing. Okay, so there's no need to stay in the South Node anymore. It's going to be released. And this is part of this great change too, with everyone, I feel. Yeah. This is about you, major change coming in so that you can get lined up to be going in the direction of your North Node. So that's what's happening. That's what this energy is helping us do, is release it. Release any of the karma that is tied to why we are in the South Node, or why we have a desire to change whatever this is, this path, or this, you know, whatever it is, a habit, a karmic relationship, whatever it is, we're healing it and we're accepting, we're integrating, we're loving it. And then we're going in a different direction because the change is here. The change is here. Yay. Awesome. Awesome. So the Chiron card, you know, it's the wounded healer. So you're able to heal after all that you have been through. And the goal is to get people in alignment with their divine abilities, which includes healing of oneself and others. So the lessons that were learned with the South Node, like whatever it is, for those of you that don't know, I'm sorry, I should have explained. The South Node and the North Nodes generally describe, like in life, when you're headed in a direction that like has a lesson tied around it. It has there's some reason you experienced it, and the whole thing, the point is to change the direction. So coming in, having an experience, getting a lesson from it, and then you go from your South Node to your North Node. When you're in your North Node, we consider it being lined up with your purpose, with the direction where this leads you out. For some people, you could say it leads you out of maybe even a reincarnation cycle. Some people feel that way. So however you describe your South Node, North Node, you would know what it is. It's going to be very individual to everyone. So but Uranus comes through with breakthrough energy. I saw this card and I saw the initiation. the detox, repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Healing, right? So like Chiron, this is healing, and it's healing on so many levels. This is also tapping into you are worthy. No matter what you've been through, or what experiences you've had, it's time to heal all of that so you can have the life that you want. Joyful muse, inspiration. You certainly could be an inspiration or inspiring somebody else at this time too, or maybe more than one person. They're saying to have confidence in your magic. You are going to be led to the right group of people, your soul tribe, with gathering around the power of community. So this is where our connections really matter. And obviously you are inspiring somebody else, and vice versa. So it's spreading the love. I feel like this is a soul group. We're talking about a soul group in specific. And so the Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic. Confidence in your magic. So whatever you're being led to create from this beautiful, like, relaxed state where things are healed, karma is dropped, or cycles are stopped, halted. Let's get more on what the magic is about. Tell me about the magic. Tell me about the magic for this collective, please. And make sure you are taking time to spiritually cleanse, physically cleanse, taking time out for yourself. Bubble baths are nice. That kind of looks like a sword here, doesn't it? It looks like a sword on that. It's like that's where your magic is. You know, when you say that something is released, trauma is healed, released, things like that, that is like breakthrough energy that allows things to flow good. And anything that was affected negatively by whatever was going on, it changes. And it can change in an instant too. Tell me more about the magic coming in for this group of royal divine beings. Nice. This is the card that I associate with Uranus in a way, because this is like a flash of light, an epiphany. It comes in, it's like a burst. It may be short, but it's scintillation. It comes in, it's like a flash. A flash. Okay. And I was looking at the lightning bugs out there tonight too, about how beautiful the lightning bugs were. I was like, how magical is it that we have those? Is what it reminds me of, the scintillation. So you're gonna have short bursts of light, the photon. Definitely have light energy, solar flare energy, light codes coming in. This means it's time to shine, time to sparkle, time to shine. Any kind of transformation right now that has to happen for you to remain on your like ascension journey here, it will. This Pluto card, this is unavoidable transformation when this card comes out. It's related to master number 22. Concerning on basically what are you going to build once everything is transformed, or once you have released anything in that south node. Synchronous rotation, taking flight. Synchronous rotation. So it's talking about how there's, you know, when it goes in the moon goes in that motion where one side is always hidden. So you go to the book for that, because I mean, I'm not sure if they're pointing out here that something has been hidden from us, or that something maybe we are hiding from ourselves. The two faces of the moon. Yeah. This card warns us about the hidden, about what we do not see. The interesting thing here is it's not about a lack of vision, about which does not wish to be seen, about what does not wish to be seen. It is not about lack of vision. This is about the shadow energy. This is a destined to, okay, so you could say that Spirit is giving us energy transmissions that are going to make it extremely easy for us to finally shake off any kind of shadow aspects that we can say relate to us being in our self node, or contribute us being in a direction that we don't need to be going in. So what is that last bit of work? What is that thing that does not wish to be seen, that needs to be dealt with? Because they're going to send the energy that's going to do that. So if you feel compelled, unusually very compelled to make huge changes regarding behaviors, addictions, habits, truth in relationships, you know what I mean? Like, if all these things, like if you're feeling like, no, this has to change, I have to do something about this, that urgency, it's the energy. It's the energy. You will face your shadow. Oh, quantum entanglement. I tend to think that we're all quantumly entangled here, and with every single possibility that there is. Because one person makes a change and everything changes. A butterfly flaps its wings and a volcano is erupting. You know what I mean? The message of everything is connected. Everything is quantumly entangled. Now, it can be talking, I'm seeing the royalty and I'm thinking divine counterpart. For some of you that want that, or that feel like you're going to have that experience here, know that you are already entangled with that outcome or that possibility. That's why you're even able to experience a certain desire, or you're even able to think of it in your imagination. You could call it imagination, but it is a possibility. It's already happened. It's already existed. You're already connected with it. So you can, like I said, you can feel an uptick in your gifts, your abilities, but also an uptick in, I am so connected. Like, I'm feeling so, I'm connected with the fireflies. Freaking A, they're so magical. I'm connected with, the plants outside, the weather, feeling a lot of empathy, compassion maybe for people, especially if you haven't been in their situation. But that feeling of like, I just feel like I've got to, or I feel compelled to feel what somebody else is feeling. I think it's because those abilities are getting stronger. And you are a supernova. Nice. You're about to explode here in a very good way. With the 528 hertz, the love frequency. The supernova, wow, it is the brightest light in the galaxy when it happens. Like that, the light from the supernova will eclipse all other light. So it is meaning like the death and rebirth of stars. So those death rebirth cycles, and this is, I would say, like you're a supernova. Like you're about to be really seen. You're about time to shine, right? Time to shine. Tell me what spirit animal, since we're all connected with nature and things like that. We have a little cat here. We have a mermaid on that one. And fairies. and a butterfly. I saw that one. I saw that one. This one's very important here. Very important. And if you can find a, oh, I want to come back to this 528 hertz too here in a second also, because finding your original your DNA divine blueprint, this is the frequency that's activating that, right? But that means you're more authentically you, your divine self. And the black egg is talking about your throat chakra area. So your authentic voice at this time, how you best express yourself. But I would recommend looking up on YouTube. They have a lot of, there's different types of energy healers that do through YouTube. You'll know if you click with one or not, because you usually just have a feeling. It doesn't have to be any specific mode of how they work with it. But something to open and clear out your throat chakra so that you can be heard and you can speak up when necessary. And also just creative expression, you know, it doesn't always have to come from like the voice, but how you express yourself. Confidence in your magic. They're saying you're the fox. Confidence in your magic, and the fox is coming out, which is a very resourceful, strategic, clever individual. You're using your brain. Using your brain, you're able to say if there's an issue, you're gonna figure it out, right? If you have to do something a new way, you will. What's the crocodile? Say, okay, well, maybe rest might be important. That's nice. Ooh, yeah. Are extremely good cards here. All right. So your rest is important when you have the crocodile. It's kind of like rest or submerge. Okay, conserve your energy, and it's comparing it to the crocodile that will lay in wait until it maybe wants to eat. Right. So So resting, I think resting is the big message with this, resting. And being on guard too, I would say. Being on guard, being ready, but resting, but ready. So you're like well prepared, you're well prepared. You have the eagle card, which has the eagle flying over the sun. So there's something that you're going to achieve that makes you like an overachiever in a way, because you're going above the sun here. So this is talking about your excellence. I would say your ability to lead and your ability to be free. But it's tied into that focus, the determination, and what your sight is set on, right? Eagle eyes, what your sight is set on. You have hidden, you have a hidden potential here with the snake. It is the Ouroboros, and it has the flower of life on it, but this is talking about an innate spiritual gift ability that you have that is going to be activated. So you already carry it. Maybe it's like carrying the gene, like this 528 hertz can activate our divine DNA, right? Well, that would bring more online spiritual gifts and abilities. So this is talking about one waking up inside you. And when this gift, when this ability turns on, you're going to notice that not only are you getting the information, like claircognizant, you're getting information very quickly, kind of maybe scaring yourself in a good way, that the universe is talking to you, that you're definitely getting messages, right? This all of a sudden is going to speed up your manifestations too, very quick. cheetah, because this energy from the cheetah it's within you, but it can be felt. It radiates outward, and it speeds everything up. So things are going to speed up. Now, you may already feel like, well, time has sped up. It does feel like it's sped up. You might sense this. You might just know this because you have the lizard here, meaning you have ESP abilities. You have telepathy, mind reading, thought transfer. And you pick up on the subtle energies, okay? And maybe not so subtle too here lately. I'm thinking maybe not so subtle, but you are picking up on these. Yeah, your intuition might seriously scare you here coming up, but you are worthy. It keeps knocking into that. You are worthy. Let me get something from the tarot here on this like rebirth going on, because this seems pretty big. All of these energies are associated with change, love, releasing your self node, or anything. Okay, whatever spirit is waking you up to. I said rebirth energy because of this supernova, and that is what judgment energy is a rebirth. And this is you getting enlightened, woke up by spirit. What needs to change? And it might not, it may be all in energetic. You know, it may be just that, like I say, you may have just this, like, be compelled to make huge, big changes right now. And I would say do it, because spirit has a plan with you, with your higher self. And judgment is like, yeah, now it's time. It's time to make that huge decision to finally release the self. No, that's what this is all about. And you're given all of these gifts and these abilities in the return to your 12-strand DNA blueprint at this time. Perfect timing in order to heal and release so that you can go on this new path. The unavoidable transformation has been that which has been hidden in the shadows for way too long for all of us. For all of us. So, all right. So it's big. So it's big. It's going to feel like you're born again. They're saying very physical, very physical. It may look to you like you are releasing something or someone, but you're going to notice this release of weight from every like fiber in your body, every cell in your body. You're going to feel the release from that too. And you may be experiencing that right now. You may experience, like what they're showing me, is the release of that south node energy energetically, like cords cutting energetically, and then it's like that's why you're so compelled to release it, is because there's no longer like a karmic tie anymore to it. I hope that makes sense the way I said that. Spend some time outdoors. You definitely will get natural healing. And let that chakra, that number 10, it's, beneath your feet. It goes into the ground. Let that just kind of soak up all the healing energy that you can and get yourself nice and grounded, stable. It says here you're providing spiritual support by leading the youth at this time. You're an example for others to follow at this time. Yeah, I thought this one was what was going on. The maternal side, your mother's side. Spiritual gifts, wisdom, inheritance from the mother's line. Could be her father, but on the mother's side. So, and I have Facebook platform, which might be it says spiritual activities. That might just be confirmation for somebody. And then I have ascension number 8, which is what I was talking about, the mental plane, seed crystals. 8 through 10 chakras are activated. So that's where I'm picking up that. I got that from the crown, the royalty card. That's kind of what I think is going on And of course, that puts you in direct connection with some pretty high frequency beings. And one of those is yourself, is your higher self, right? So it puts you in connection with your higher purpose in this life, your dharma, what your north node would look like or be, past lives. It also provides that number 9, which is like, so the 7 is in the crown, then above the head is 8, and then above that is 9. 9 helps filter out and clear energies, because you're not the only one that's going to be doing this. The whole earth is going to be doing this. Unavoidable transformation, having to look at the things that have been kept in the shadows and release and integrate. So major energy. Let's get an angel number for you. 777, goodness, and 555. Woo. 777, your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is part of your purpose. A state of peace and calmness in your soul. I am in the flow. And we think of lucky sevens, you know, so you could definitely like jackpot. All of a sudden you release something and then jackpot, you start winning left and right. It can happen. It can happen. 555, a major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. I am optimistic. And that's kind of what we're wanting to do though here. So all is good. That's what I have. I'm sending you love and light. And you all have a great next few days, and you'll get through it. I will too. Bye.